Hey guys, welcome to the distributed engine module. Now, a distributed engine at Delinea is what's going to be carrying out most of the functionality within your organization. So if you're going to do something like a password reset with remote password changer, it's going to be carried out by the distributed engine. It basically connects to the cloud environment and your internal environment as like a secure way to relay changes and whatnot. It's going to be doing heart beating, it's going to be doing a lot of stuff. So it's really important that when you're designing your distributed engines, you do it correctly. In the documentation in this module, you'll see a few different diagrams. Now, there are some basic rules that you need to follow. If you have a single domain per se, then a single distributed engine should do the job. But I would recommend some redundancy. So having two distributed engines in the same environment, allocated to the same site in Delinea. So when you go and watch the video to show how to configure a site, you pretty much want a site for each domain is sort of the way to think about it. If you have multiple data centers on the same domain and you don't think the distributed engine is going to be able to carry out connections across those two different sites, then having distributed engines in each site is potentially important. You just need to make sure that there are network connections, and you can see them in the Delinea documentation, which network connections you need. Make sure that the distributed engines can make those connections. Now, it's best to do this best effort, make sure that we have that level of redundancy. And then as we go to do things like remote password changing in the future modules, you'll find out if there's any problems. So before you get to the next step and do the installation, you'll want to make sure that your distributed engines are fully spun up according to the documentation and that they're sized correctly. At the beginning, the distributed engines won't be under too much load, but as your environment grows and whatnot, you'll find that they will be. So make sure you do your due diligence and spin them up. The installation is really quick and simple. It's a 4 or 5 minute video. And you'll just need to do this multiple times. One bit of advice is I would log into the machine that you're going to install the distributed engine on in the Delinea console, because when you download the distributed engine file, it'll download straight there. Great, thanks a lot.